know is right. We have technical glitches. I think somebody put water on the gremlin. I don't know what is happening here.
Put water on the gremlin. Oh my gosh, the Mogwai.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember? Do you remember that movie? Gremlins? We are going back in time.
Wasn't that another Christmas
Don't
movie?
feed it after
Like
midnight. It's like a woman. Don't feed it after midnight.
Like, wasn't that a Christmas movie that didn't it take place during Christmas?
Right. Yes. And Kristen loves it too. So they made it like a holiday movie because it was like, you know, Christmas decorations and everything.
Right.
But think about it.
I mean, listen. Any movie that takes place during the Christmas holiday is a Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. What is that? Wasn't it Die Hard?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And so is Lethal Weapon. Listen, Lethal Weapon was a good movie. I'm just saying. I fell for Mel Gibson. I love that man. It's probably where never mind. I'm not even going to pull at that thread. Thank you so much, Patriot fam, for joining us today, this crazy, wacky Wednesday, apparently.
That's what it's going to be.
We are experiencing.
We declare it. You know what's funny?
Lots of news.
Oh my gosh, I almost went right into our first segment, but no, we'll save it. We've got so much to discuss today, including, I love when Trump toots his own horn, because that's great. That's kind of fun. We're going to talk about, what is the OPT program? OPT, bet you've never heard it.
Bet you never heard of it.
Until a whistleblower comes out and says, hey, taxpayers, guess what else you're funding? Also, we've just got a little bit more of a plea to PM Bondi. We support you as long as you'll do the right thing. And we've got to get her name circulating, as well as Tina Peters, who's serving time basically for trying to out what's happening within our election systems. They told you it didn't happen. We're telling you it did. And we're going to let General Michael Flynn later today on our show tell you exactly how we know it did and what's coming out. Guys, keep it locked here. Let's go ahead and open the mic.
Did it do it again?
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA Nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love God, but in Trump I trust. November 5th, he gon' ride with us. Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of Maggie,ville, the RNC King. 2024, freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
I mean, I'm about to share this live stream on my personal account, and I want to say join us if you dare, because it's like...
Well, I put, oh no, yells our tech manager, LOL. You know this epi's going to be good.
And sent. Wow, this is so much fun. And this is why, listen, no matter what you do, the way Pastor said it on Sunday was like, you know, you should do it with the zeal of the Lord. And there are days. Today it was very cold. My body did not want to emerge out from underneath the covers, and I realized if I would have just set it to heat. But do you know what that's like for a Floridian to actually break down and set the thermostat to heat? It's like, I'm not doing it.
Knowing that like midday you're going to have to put the AC back on, it just doesn't...
But anyway, there's days where you're like, my want to is broken.
At the want to? My want to is broken.
Yeah, want to is broken. But, you know, then you remember, it's like, okay, I've got today, air in my lungs, I've got something to set out to do, and so I'm going to do it with the zeal of the Lord. Thank you, Pastor Tom Blapley, Foundation Church. If you're not following them, make sure you do. You can watch their service online. Pretty amazing. Okay, so we have the best president ever.
Yeah.
But it's not enough for us to say it. Apparently, he's saying it too.
He's saying it too.
Take a look at what he posted. He said, it says breaking, Donald Trump just posted fact after fact on why he is the best president America has ever seen. Let's read through this a little bit. He says he's worked the longest hours. I mean, he has stopped 8 wars, saved millions of lives, created the greatest economy. But he says here himself, there has never been a president that has worked as hard as me. I can't. This is so much. I don't want to read all of it. He says the best president of the United States, quotes, y'all, quotes. Like he's putting that in quotes. There are true enemies of the people, and we should do something about it. They have inaccurately reported on election results. And in fact, were forced to apologize on much of what they wrote. The best thing that could have happened to this country would be if the New York Times would cease publication.
Oh my
Because they're
goodness.
a horrible, biased, and untruth source of information. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again.
He does call them out and say that they consistently do fake reports in order to libel and demean the President of the United States. It's the best.
You are giving Sean Farage a run for his money.
I am, and I love it. But I could not compete with Sean. I just do mine every now and then. He just like stays in character. It's so difficult. I can't do it. I probably could if I practiced long enough, but I just don't have the bandwidth. So yes, this is awesome. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? He's literally pointing it out.
I'm watching our screen change, and I'm like, what is happening?
We're just having some tech issues today. Don't even worry about it. It's
Somebody let a gremlin loose in the studio.
I'm saying. But I mean, who closed the very open border, created an aura around America that shows strength and must have every other country respect us, right?
Because a man,
America has an aura now.
Not that a woman can't be president, but because we have a man as president, but he's like a man's man.
So strong.
And we have like a man's man as vice president, and like even the women we have
He's
serving
like an
are like
Ephesians 5 man.
they're like a woman's woman.
He's
you know what I mean?
the Ephesians 5 man. He is.
I would have never thought. Do you know?
What?
I met Donald Trump a long time ago. He was not even close to being president.
Really?
He was still married to Marla Maples.
Who's awesome, by the way.
Yes, amazing. And it was in Homestead. Remember Homestead, Florida, before Hurricane Andrew took it out? I was there working in another capacity, not reporting. And
That was like a lifetime ago.
as a model. But anyway, and he comes by and so wonderful and like so professional and just like had this lady with him and was so cool. And I never would have thought meeting him there. I can't even tell you what year that was. I'm not going to tell you because it gives away too much information. But I would have never thought that's going to be a future president. So you never know. You never know what people will go on to be. And the greatest president that we've seen. Some people have.
Oh, 1,000%.
I listened to an interview with General Michael Flynn, and he said he's kind of like a George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
100% together. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I joined in last night for Trump Tuesday because I was like, cool. But then it was a lot of listening to his.
Because he was doing a rally last night.
He's back rallying. We reported it here yesterday, courtesy of the Mom View. Thank you, Moms for America. They interviewed Susie Wiles, and she said, we're getting him on the campaign trail because, as you can see, last night, the results are in for the Miami mayor campaign, and we lost Miami to a Democrat mayor. Yes,
well,
Florida.
Guess our GOP leadership wasn't even in Miami last night.
Evan Powell, where are you?
To bring out the vote. What was the GOP's effort in bringing out the vote for Miami so that Miami doesn't get lost to a Democrat? Why are we not focusing our energy on these midterms, GOP?
You want to know how you probably don't have really ethical, strong conservatives, America First, MAGA people in charge of your state GOP? You want to know how? Because they don't turn up for these big things. Any ribbon cutting ceremony, they'll be there. Any fundraising ceremony, they'll be there. But to show up and actually produce results, this is Miami. These are our Cuban refugees that understand what's at stake. Losing Miami to a Democrat, which, let's face it, is like losing it to the Socialist Party. They just fled Cuba. They just fled this. I'm sure Marco Rubio's got to be scratching his head.
Well, it would have been great if there were some, people from the administration that came down to help campaign, even to see the governor or, the governor's administration to help campaign to keep, that city red. I mean, don't they have a political arm? They do. When you're running for governor, you're in a gubernatorial position, you have forward-facing outward policy, right? And then you have the campaign arm of your team. So why hasn't the campaign arm been able to do what they're supposed to do and help maintain a lot of these strongholds or these weak parts that could possibly turn from red to blue? Why are we not putting our efforts in? But then we're complaining that people don't come out to vote. But what are you doing to address that issue? It's one thing to talk about the problem, and it's another thing to completely obfuscate a solution.
Yep, that's so true, Allie. Nobody can put it better than
Good
you
leaders
just did.
provide solutions. That's all I'm going to say.
And they never rest. We just read it. from Donald Trump, and so now getting Trump out there on the campaign trail, as Susie Wiles has said, is supposed to try to abort this kind of situation from happening. But
he can't be everywhere, y'all.
And you can't just ride his coattails.
No.
And then be done with it. It's just not enough.
This is why it's frustrating and why we've seen. I mean, we have look.
There's so much. Do you see it? Do you see the stall loading? I get it because there's.
It's a lot. It's a lot. You can go on the news and you can complain about how 2026 is going to get overturned to the other side because, the Republicans don't show out to vote because they're low propensity voters, which are Trump voters, which is the black vote and the Hispanic vote and the Christian vote. Those are all low propensity voters, and they don't come out unless Trump is on the ballot. Well, if you know that, what are you doing to correct that situation? Because Trump can't be everywhere. But please, continue to get on the news and talk about how awful it is.
And Allie, I'm just going to say there's a little piece of MAGA in each one of us. And all I'm saying is that you're Rick Scott's. I think Marco Rubio would have been a great asset. Not that he doesn't have enough jobs right now, but he would have been a great asset to come out in Miami. Your gubernatorial candidates could have all united and said, listen, we are all running against each other, but let's focus and let's not lose Miami. And then imagine if you get the Renner, the Jay Collins, the James Fishback, and Byron Donalds, all of them just saying, please, Miami, go out and vote for the right mayor. You get everybody
they all
together.
posted it online.
But that's not enough. Do you know most Floridians are not even on
7%.
social media?
I know.
It's frustrating.
But
it's the red state of Florida.
Look,
30 years. It's been 30 years. Is it 30 years since we've had a Democrat mayor in Miami? I thought I read that. Don't quote me. But, all right, let's move on. The girls are getting heated.
I'm frustrated.
And frustrated. Well, so in the campaign rally that Trump did yesterday, he talks about Jerome Powell. Too late, Powell. He is the head of the Federal Reserve. But he might have gotten in through the auto pen scandal. Let's take a listen.
We have a lousy Fed chair. And by the way, it looks, you're going to have to check this, please. I just heard it could be that all 4 commissioners in the Fed signed by Biden, including Too Late. You know who Too Late is? Too Late, Powell? Jerome Too Late. He's too late with his interest rates for a reason. He's a bad guy. He's not a smart guy, but he's a bad guy. Too Late. Is he going to lower rates a little bit, finally? Did you see where Jamie Dimon, respected guy, said, you got to get the rates down, you schmuck? But I hear that the auto
I think Trump's frustrated.
may have signed those commissions. If they signed those commissions, now maybe I'm wrong, but we're going to check. Have you checked that? Are you hearing it? Who signed it? Did he sign it or did the auto pen sign it? I'm hearing the auto. You can't use the auto pen unless it's very strongly authorized, or unless you show you know what the hell you're doing, which is impossible of him to show. So, I don't know.
We can bring it back,
Krista.
I love how the rallies have become like a two-way conversation.
Right?
Like, he will literally stand there and ask questions. He's like, hey, so what do you guys think about this? Is it Sleepy Joe?
This is the future of politics. Trump is changing the game.
I love it.
You know who can't stand there in front of a room full of people with that kind of dialogue and that
Lindsey
kind of
Graham.
rhetoric back and forth?
Oh.
People who are two-faced in politics. They say one thing and they believe and practice another. And I think this is scaring a lot of your deep state characters, because if you have a candidate like Trump, but at like a state rep level, a state senate level, a county commission level, a school board level, changes the game altogether, because now you have one candidate or maybe 2 candidates that are out front, just like we're having the discussion, and the other candidates are like, crap, that means we have to like kind of know what we're talking about, and then I got to tell them what I really feel. This changes the landscape. I'm glad Trump is coming out, but guys, we have 3 years to get an infrastructure in place throughout the entire nation that doesn't no longer rely on President Donald Trump to have solid America First policies. It's scary.
Well, it's scary to the establishment. It's scary to the establishment. That's just what it is. The people that want to maintain control and power that they have been given, not that they have earned. Some of them have.
Thank you. Well, yeah, that's true.
very far, 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 far few in
a land
between.
far, far away.
Yes, I feel like.
Every nursery story starts that way. Well, just when you thought that the taxpayers in Minnesota were getting raked across the coals by a portion of the Somalian community in Ilhan Omar's district. And yes, I know I pronounce her first name wrong. I sometimes do it intentionally. It's okay. She'll get over it. Because I did have somebody reach out from the Democrat Party and said, it's Ilhan. And I'm like, it's Elon? It sounds too much like mom.
Kamala.
I speak English, and so that's how I pronounce it. And that's, and I'm getting a call. Okay.
Probably to tell you.
To tell me, shut it down. It's Ilhan. Anyway, it's not just Minnesota. It's the beautiful state of Maine, and we have a whistleblower that's come forward.
Bet you didn't have that on your bingo card. Maine?
The Maine Somalia executives have connections to Minnesota, so now we need to check every blue state as we look.
So now it's a crime ring.
Oh my God.
Nationally?
Take a listen. We're only going to play a portion of it.
On the back end with, the billing claims that were just not accurate, not adding up, times not adding up, unsure that staff actually, performed the job functions in the home of the clients. I made a connection from Gateway to the Minnesota people by, them telling me about their family they had in Minnesota. The executives of Gateway, the Somalian executives, had family that they used to visit in Minnesota. Their family used to visit them from Minnesota. And they used to talk about the agencies they ran out there. It was a similar kind of setup,
All right, bring it back.
There was a connection.
Wait. She's lost it. She's gone. We're gonna bring her back.
Is this the Somalian version of The Sopranos? What? So the Italian mafia did something. They taught Somalians how to run a gambit. That's just...
They said it could be millions. The audit that they did in Maine revealed 1 million in 2018. The programs grew significantly. These are state-funded programs. He says this is the whistleblower, on the back end with the billing claims that were just not accurate, not adding up. The times were not adding up, unsure that staff actually performed the functions.
Wow.
He made the connection from Gateway, which is the company in charge of this, to the Minnesota people. He said it was a similar kind of setup. There was a connection there between all of them. So
it's a national syndicate of crime. This is low-hanging fruit, DOJ. I'm sure they're on it.
Can we call her Pam since Donald Trump
I wasn't even trying to call nobody out. I just said DOJ.
I'm just saying Attorney General.
DOJ, FBI.
She's having a bad day today.
This is a national crime syndicate is what this looks like. So
I see a new Netflix series of Sopranos, only it'll be a little different.
It'll be very different. There'll be a documentary about this, I'm sure.
There will.
And probably the J6 pipe bomber with the two different, very different
Okay, guys,
stories.
do you know what the optional practical training program is?
OPT.
Optional practical. How is it optional to be practical? Who names these?
Words matter, you guys, and clearly whoever came up with this acronym.
Wow. Okay, the OPT program. You down with OPT?
Oh my! I knew you were going to go there. I knew it.
My 90s brain couldn't do it. Okay.
Welcome to the shenanigans on Open My
Apparently, the OPT program. We weren't asked about this as taxpayers, but nearly 300,000 foreign workers just bypassed the visa system in 1 year, and most of us have never heard of the program. Congress just moved to terminate this program. OPT was never authorized by Congress, not even the auto pen. It was created by executive action. It now acts as a shadow H-1B program with no real limits. Take a look at these numbers that are posted. In 2024 alone, almost 200,000 foreign students received work permits through the OPT. I'm sorry, I just want to make a song out of that. That's 21% increase. The letter that they have written, Congress has written, says that it warns that this program undercuts American students with cheaper foreign labor. Oh, there you go. You looking for a job? I wonder if somebody was brought over that's doing a job that you could do through this program. Costs U.S. taxpayers over $4 billion a year. Wow. It allows these foreigners access to critical infrastructure, and it's never been properly reviewed for national security risks. Why? Because it bypassed Congress altogether. I don't see the Democrats coming out and going, oh my gosh, I don't think the president had authority to do this when Biden did it. Again, the OPT program, they're now saying, listen, this has to be abolished. So
1,000%. And so it would be interesting to see what the Supreme Court rules on whether or not the president can fire people
in the executive branch.
I mean, which clearly
your
that
tax dollars
is
are going to
laid out in, Article 2 of our Constitution. So I hope that they could get rid of it because this is insane. And they're unvetted.
Yeah, so
largely.
Thank
from
God,
what I've read.
Thank God this came out from Representative Paul Gosar. He wrote a letter to the White House urging them to terminate this. This is how government works very, very well, guys. This is a representative from Arizona's 9th district, who's obviously his staffers, whatever, looking into this. This is their job. You guys, not only should they be
a representative is supposed to be.
Absolutely, like go turn the tables. Let's see what's under it. Let's see what's underneath. Let's see what's behind the shadows. So we need to urge our congressmen and women to
There really aren't many representatives that do this. There really are not.
No.
There are not. And the ones that do have a near perfect record of being the highest ranking Republican in the House is very far and few in between. So
and I want our viewers to understand something because we deal with this every day, so it's not a shock to us, although it is kind of shocking.
Right.
But imagine that you are elected to office and you really have the best intentions, but you're not a perfect person. We all could think about moments in our lives because we are not perfect people that maybe you're like, ooh, I really don't. That's not my best day. That wasn't my best foot forward. I didn't like how I said that. I didn't like this. So imagine now you're elected to office because your best intentions made you run and you're ready to hit the ground running and you want to overturn tables like this, but maybe you do have something 10 years ago that you didn't make the right decision or something you said 5 years ago that you no longer believe that way. They go and they dig this stuff up, and that's how they cripple those that really want to do the right thing. And the American people have to understand in this generation of trying to find a deep bench of America First to fill the void, we're going to have to realize that we have imperfect people. We always will that are elected to serve us. And
it's not my job to forgive you of your sins. That is your relationship with God, and that is not our job to forgive or judge of the sins of other people because none of us are perfect.
Just get out there and do the job we asked you to do.
And James Fishbach said it himself that they'll end up paying people to come out the woodwork, to come up and lie and say some things.
Well, I'm sorry. Then James Fishbach needs to be careful what he's saying because sometimes you can become the messenger and not even realize it.
Exactly.
End quote.
Exactly.
Love you, James.
Exactly.
Come on the show.
But no, so you'll probably see a call to action from us pretty soon, advocating for this as well. To support Representative Paul.
Optional practical training.
It just doesn't even make sense.
It's not optional. It's not practical if it's optional. It certainly wasn't optional because it bypassed the visa program.
Yeah.
Thank you, Representative Paul Gosar.
We're going to support him. So keep it locked here at Open Mic and the Hollow Alliance to find that call to action.
Absolutely.
Because that'll be coming out.
Well, let's move on to the War Department. This is the War Department. What movie was that?
I don't know.
A League of Their Own.
Oh, okay. Good one.
Starring, Tom Hanks. I'm not a huge fan now, but yeah, they called it the War Department back then. Anyway, so we have the one and only Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of the Department of War, who's coming out and talking about Google's Gemini program and the first AI tool, which at least I go, AI, oh my gosh. But listen, there's a way to utilize it. There's a way to code it to make sure that it works effectively for you, and it's not like iRobot where it's something that...
I was freaking out yesterday about trying to do something, and I was like, you know what? I don't even need this extra thing that I needed. I'm just going to put it in to my AI and code it, and then bam. It was the easiest thing. I was like, you know what? That saved me about an hour and a half.
And so why shouldn't our education use parts of it to help? Why should it to become more efficient? Why shouldn't our War Department use it? You don't believe us? Listen to Pete Hegseth here.
The future of American warfare is here, and it's spelled AI. As technologies advance, so do our adversaries. But here at the War Department, we are not sitting idly by. Under the leadership of President Trump, America will lead the charge on this technological transformation by revolutionizing the way we win. And that's why today we are unleashing GenAI.mil. This platform puts the world's most powerful frontier AI models, starting with Google Gemini, directly into the hands of every American warrior. At the click of a button, AI models on Gen AI can be utilized to conduct deep research, format documents, and even analyze video or imagery at unprecedented speed. Building on the great work of Undersecretary Emil Michael and his team, we will continue to aggressively field the world's best technology to make our fighting force more lethal than ever before. And all of it is American-made.
Oh.
The possibilities with AI are endless. Now, let's get to work.
Oh.
I like it. I like it.
We had that
I
little
like it
flicker.
because AI is here whether you like it or not. And it's being utilized in all facets of business, whether you like it or not. Government, business, education, movies, entertainment, media. It's being used literally everywhere, okay? So if we're not going to prep our youth to learn how to build it, code it, put guardrails onto it, take it to the max and figure out what its weaknesses are and how we can guardrail and fix those things, then we're leaving ourselves vulnerable. If we're not doing the same thing with our military and our national security, we're not trying to push the envelope a little bit to figure out what the vulnerabilities are and how we can guard ourselves from it, then we are leaving ourselves open to vulnerabilities, okay? This is a national security issue.
Yeah.
My only question is, Google has ties to the CCP.
And Gemini is a Google product.
Right, and Gemini is a Google product. So what exactly, Pete, are we doing about that?
She said Pete. Sir, I did not say that. You can send that email directly to Miss Leger over here. Oh.
I mean, I respect you, sir, but
I know you do.
and I just have a question. That's all.
No, and it's a valid question. It's a valid question. We don't want any ties to the CCP. But I love what you're saying here, Allie, because I get asked this question a lot in education. People are, oops, I have something in my ear, sorry. There's a lot of people that are saying, in education, we don't want AI, we don't want, anybody can program. Well, there are people within, especially here in the state of Florida, that have done this very well. When AI can only determine things that you've already fed it.
Right, and it's not open source when it comes to education, which we're going to have Erica Donalds on the show to discuss this in length because she explains it the absolute best because that's what Optima Education is about.
What
it's
it's
about
about.
AI, and she's done it, and she's worked with it, and she's been doing it for many years.
And
so
if I can just say,
she had me laughing yesterday. I almost texted her like, girl.
just opinion here, as the gubernatorial race heats up here in the state of Florida, you might want somebody who is a dynamite in form of education, school choice, how to be competitive,
Who's done it? Who's sat on the school board?
how to budget, and teach others how to budget school board budgets. It's like
her
your
whole
own little
business is
pack.
education, y'all.
You can like or not like certain things, but all I'm going to say is that I've spent maybe
been
a
a
total of
spearhead.
6 hours under Erica Donalds at different platforms and
Yeah.
different training seminars. Seminars. I'll get English. Blew my mind away. I don't care if you like her, don't like her husband, don't like her. You cannot argue with people who do what they do and do it best and are subject matter experts. End scene. Okay, let's continue with our talk of the Department of War because a U.S. appeals court just upheld the Trump administration's ban on transgender service members. Another big old won't for activist judges. Our military should be focused on strength, not catering to literally, as the document shows, mentally ill.
And I feel like if someone does come to command and expresses their
Tiptoe around that. Go ahead. I'll sit.
their transgender ideologies, I guess, that they should provide some kind of, mental
Listen,
health
yes.
access prior to them being removed from military service.
I'm not trying to be rude. But story time.
I agree with Pete Hegseth that the military needs to be focused on lethality and not cultural wars.
Okay. Quick story, and I'll make it quick. When my father was still alive, he wanted more than anything to be to get his pilot's license, and he was amazing at all the things he did. But he was insulin dependent diabetic, and they would not allow him to even take certain courses to be able to finish it because it was a risk. It's a risk to be flying an aircraft, big or small, and have some kind of a medical emergency.
Right. It's a hazard.
Great man, wonderful. That's the rule.
It's the truth.
And I'm sorry, but if I am the Taliban or ISIS or Somalian gang lords, and you tiptoe over to me with lipstick on as a man, I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
That does not strike fear in anybody.
It doesn't. And if your real hope is to put high heels on as a man,
go advocate for that.
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
and I'm not trying to, because what you do as an adult is 1,000% your business, and I love you irregardless.
There's a place and time for that.
And it's not the military.
No, it is not.
And listen, I love some, good old action. I was a little scrappy when I was younger, but there was a reason why I didn't enlist, because there were things that they called for that I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm a good person to do that. Now, Allie, she gonna do it, if you know what I mean. You just have to know. You have to know. Maybe there's a different calling on your life. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I don't think that taxpayers should have to fund the surgery.
No.
So, and you know who else agrees with me?
I went to
Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn, whatever the name is now. But I'm just saying, also agrees.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
So it's not like it's a hate thing. Well, guys, we have tried to dance around topics, but you know us, we don't. Only time we dance is with country boots on. So we are going to go for a quick commercial.
High heels when we do salsa dancing.
We wore high heels to the last country thing.
Yeah, well,
And
you
she
danced. I didn't really dance.
You danced with me.
Whatever.
We danced in a
She
airport.
pulls me out my seat.
Airport. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. That was fun.
And,
all right, you
and
guys.
TSA still let us on the plane. Oh my gosh. Don't go anywhere. You got to get your Liberty cigars for the holidays. We're going to tell you how and support Open Mic Ladies after this. We'll be right back after this.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com, because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OpenMic for 10% off your order.
Stays on, red hat stays on, red hat stays on, red hat stays on.
Welcome back to Open Mic Ladies with Allie and Michelle. Thank you from wherever you are viewing us. Make sure you like and share and tell others about it. Make sure you're following at Real Allie Leger, at Michelle Posey, and at Open Mic Ladies on all social media platforms.
You're acting a fool today.
Who?
Us, both of us.
Well,
Just,
it's Wednesday.
Going crazy.
Going cray-cray a little bit. Well, here's what's crazy. If you think we are, sit down, hold your breath. This is a good one. We all know the name Brian Cole Jr.
The White House just posted, it says, Housing Wire, December housing demand near 3-year high as spreads improve. Mortgage purchase applications reached a 3-year high as improved spreads kept rates near 6% for 18 weeks. Inventory growth and slower price gains also supported stronger buyer demand in late 2020.
What does that prove? The demand is here. Jerome Powell is screwing our administration from the inside. Like, that sounded really bad, but you know what I mean. He's
Take it how it resonates.
You know what I meant. He's deliberately. Could you imagine if the interest rates were down to 2.5 and we had that kind of demand? Where are all of my realtors? Come on now. This could be amazing. This could be amazing. Stay tuned. I think we'll have more good news coming in the new year. So we have a big issue, guys. Big issue. You know the name Brian Cole Jr. He is the one that gunned down 2 National Guardsmen and women outside of D.C. blocks from the White House, to be honest. Well, it's not going to make you
Scary
feel all
times.
warm and fuzzy to know that Jocelyn Ballantine has now been she's going to be the person overseeing the case. But she was also the leader of the Department of Justice prosecutor team in the Proud Boys case.
Oh.
Obviously on the heels of January 6th.
Right.
And was not fair and balanced.
Not at all.
So how do we feel about this J6 pipe bomb case now being in the hands of somebody like that? And this person, Flynn
Not
Jr.
warm and fuzzies. Yeah, when I sent it to you, I was like, not Flynn.
She said not Flynn.
Junior.
Not Junior, too.
Not Junior. Junior, too? Okay. Here we go.
This is what Flynn Jr. says. Love you, Michael Flynn Jr. He says.
I get excited when the Flynns want a box. Like I'm ready. I'm ready on the sidelines. Like I get geeked. I can't help myself.
First round, and then you're walking around.
Right.
He says, Flynn Jr. says, does Attorney General Pam Bondi, and tags are in it, love it, and
DAG Todd Blanche.
Do they even know Ballantine's corrupt history with the Justice Department? If they know and still allow her to be employed, we have a bigger problem than any of us realize. Can one of them at least put out a statement as to why Ballantine is still employed?
And this is what Real Defender of the Republic talks about. She's on X, Real Defender on X. She talks about why, and Laura Loomer as well, why are there still holdovers from the last administration that are currently working within this new administration? Everything that we are trying to do, this mandate that we gave overwhelmingly on November 5th of 2024, is going to be stop-lossed by any holdover from the previous or prior administration that was corrupt by all facets of the word. Okay? Like, we've seen corruption over corrupt. It is like the worst corrupt administration, I think, in the history of America that we've seen. And we still allow them to be employed at our federal government in agencies that are essentially putting a stop or a kibosh on everything that we're trying to pass and push forward to make America great again, so that our president can continue being the greatest president in America history that we've ever seen.
Well, and here's the reason why. Because largely a lot of these positions were meant to be nonpartisan. We don't have a nonpartisan bone in our American body anymore.
Not anymore.
Everybody's got an opinion about something. And so here's what I don't understand. When I think about the transition from one president to the next every 4 years or every 8 years if he's reelected, whatever, it reminds me of the last few weeks of the school year. What do you do there's no actual education happening those last 2 years. You're cleaning out, and I'm going back to the 80s.
Up to like a month, y'all.
It is.
Especially if you're a senior. You're not doing anything the last 3 months before you graduate.
Anything. So you're cleaning out lockers
Ask
if they
my
still have
son.
lockers. You're cleaning out, you're dusting down desks. You're recategorizing, you're turning in books. You're turning in, well, probably laptops. I'm so out of it right now with that, what they do during these days. But you spend time transitioning, and literally you come in day one, and that junior class, that sophomore class, that senior class is completely different.
Brand new.
Maybe we need to consider that. Maybe there is a hiring frenzy. Maybe because there's an election in November and they don't get seated till January, maybe we spend 3 months figuring out every position in the federal government. Yes, ma'am.
No, go ahead. You go.
And let's do it at the state level, because I'm going to tell you what. You go to the state level and you think, we just voted somebody in, another person every 2 years. But the people that write the legislation, the people that book the appointments, the people that go into drafting, the people that draft the legislation, all the same people for decades and decades and decades. The only bad thing is now you've got newly elected people that have to lean on that staff. You're not going to tell me that they're not partisan anymore.
Two things. We have hiring, staffing agencies that can do this. Right?
I don't want to
that
leave it
our
to third party,
government.
though.
No.
Okay.
That our government already pays for to do other government contracts.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are staffing agencies that do this. You can field and find recruiters to field and fill certain positions within our government. Okay. That's number one. Number two. This is what Project 2025 was supposed to be. When I met representatives of Project 2025 from the Hillsdale College. Or Hillsdale Institute, whatever that was. Not what Heritage Foundation. Yeah, that's what it was.
Sorry.
Heritage Foundation, I believe. when this first came online, and it was like not publicly like out there like it became,
and not a part of the Trump administration.
Right, it wasn't a part of the Trump administration when I met them. I was in a private event in Texas, and I met representatives of this Project 2025. It was essentially trying to gear up people that were going to serve within Trump's new administration because they wanted to get rid of the old holdovers from the prior administration and bring in a new, fresh wave of people, especially young people, that have new ideas, new ways of thinking, newer, faster, efficient ways of getting things done. Yeah. People that can actually be in the room, that can provide solutions and actually want to see America be great, right? That's not what happened. So we can't effectively fill these positions once we get rid of them because we don't have a bench.
Well, and we don't even have the appointments of Trump done. Praise God.
This is a major issue, and we wonder why low propensity voters are not coming out to vote in the midterms.
Okay, well, Allie, it's going to get, and again, we're not trying to sway you to be like, well, why do I even bother? No, we need you engaged, but we need you informed. It doesn't stop there because all of it runs downhill. Take a listen to what Tom Renz, we love you, Renz. This is what he posted. Bondi and Blanche that's Attorney General Bondi, are blaming judges for their own incompetence. There's no question we have issues with activist judges, but they, Pam Bondi, intentionally botched the Comey case. The Comey and James cases were dismissed because they were filed by Halligan, whom they knew could not be appointed. Halligan was set up to fail by the DOJ. Blaming judges for following the plain language of the law is absurd. The Comey case was filed so Bondi could pretend to act while ensuring it would fail. Those are strong allegations, but Tom Renz would know. Tom Renz would know. So here he is highlighting in this the expiration of 120 days after appointment of Attorney General under this section. So we have seen this happen. This happened with Alina Habba as they wanted her to serve as U.S. Attorney in New Jersey. A technicality that botched her. This isn't a technicality that threatens the Comey case, which you saw Trump come out yesterday and post very strongly.
But he was also on a hot mic talking about how frustrated he was because everybody that they appoint gets kicked back because they only have 120 days to actually act out what they're supposed to act out, and everywhere they turn, they get stop loss, they get the kibosh, they get squashed on, right? So, but this is why we are talking about busting the filibuster, which I get both sides of that. Right. Yes, I do. However, we need to do whatever it takes to get these nominees pushed through. And I'm saying whatever it takes constitutionally.
Absolutely.
Whatever it takes constitutionally to get our nominees pushed forward and our executive orders codified, because I think 60 have passed the House and only 30 have passed the Senate. What are we doing?
And here's the important part to this, you guys. Yes, be frustrated. Yes, be aware.
There's always a solution.
Scream at your TV a little bit.
I'm screaming at mine.
We scream at you. But the important part is we need to get out in 2026 and make sure we re-elect people, if they're the ones that win the primary, to their seats as conservatives, as Republicans, because another 2 years under this trial by fire, seeing what they do, exposing them, is the only way to fix this. Now, in a good primary, you could always argue that, hey, we saw what you didn't do to help the Trump administration after you rode in on his coattails, so we're going to go with this guy. But you better make sure it's a winnable fight, because it's going to cost money. We need you to make sure that you're the foot soldiers for the candidates that need it in 2026. Yep. We need to make sure that you don't necessarily donate to the party. Donate to the candidate individually. This is important because we have seen, the Miami mayor candidate is the one thing that, listen, donate to the candidate. Donate to the candidate. Find your local America First MAGA Patriot Party. Many of them are springing up across the country. We've also got the Republican assemblies. I'm not saying that you avoid your party, because you occupy, absolutely. But
learn the game, play it better,
kick their butt.
Thank you for that.
Wow. See, Pastor's so happy for me right now. We want to move on a little bit. I want to talk about Venezuela. Wow. Does the word Smartmatic ring a bell? Have we ever heard the word Smartmatic when they talk about our elections here in the United States and how wonderfully safe they are? And there's nothing to see here. Smartmatic. We're all good. We're all good, right? Take a look at this. We do have a Venezuelan whistleblower. All roads lead to Obama and Venezuela, to be honest. Venezuelan whistleblower wrote a letter to President Trump exposing Smartmatic, drug cartels, and deep state collusion. This is a letter from former Venezuelan general. He's now in U.S. custody, probably feels safe to talk. Well, how did that work for Epstein? But Major General Oliver Cardones has been sent, this letter's been sent directly to the president. He says Venezuela is run by a criminal shadow cartel. Duh. He says at the top, well, let's just name names here.
Oh.
Jorge and Delcy Rodriguez. The true puppet masters are those two behind Maduro. He says Smartmatic systems are used to manipulate elections, especially where no opposition observers were present, like during COVID when they're not allowed to, when you have to stand 6 feet away. You know,
and they actually put like paper to cover the windows.
And the same tech is now available in the United States and has been. He says he's naming names. He implicates the systems. He warns that the same machinery that stole power in Venezuela is operating here and was during 2020. And you know what?
And you know who's in jail right now for actually having that evidence? Tina Peters.
This, I would play the video, but unfortunately, the person that posted this didn't get the heart of it in the video. I almost want our editors to go back and redo it. But this is what they're saying. They've been warning about since the beginning. Venezuela was the testing ground for stealing elections. Why do you think the people of Venezuela put their life on the line to run against Maduro? Why do you think that is? We have no idea what that's like. Our founders do, because they risked everything. But we heard about it when we went to go see the inauguration, and we heard from other countries that were like, oh my gosh, we love what you're doing in America. Yes, but literally it's like a Charlie Kirk type incident. They're putting their life on the line just to run against these regimes. So we talk about.
In case anybody forgot, President Trump was shot for America. Just saying. Continue.
Was shot. While we talk here about the Islamification of America and when the red and the black unite, you know, Islamification and the socialism, Marxism, when they unite, how terrible that is. You know what's equally as terrible? When you've got the greed and money hungry, those that just want power are coupled with cartels that will carry out the dirty work.
This does not look good, y'all.
It does not look good, especially when we reported to you yesterday that people on both sides of the aisle have ties to getting kickbacks from the Venezuelan government. There are people now in our custody that feel so safe to be able to blow the whistle loud and proud. All roads lead to Obama.
Yeah.
And they all come, and Venezuela is a key, I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
I believe, this is Michelle Posey, not Open Mic or anybody else. I believe that this is why you see a brigade happening around Venezuela. I don't think it is a threat to Maduro. It's also a wink, wink, we know what y'all did. And it's also to hold tight around what might be evidence, what might be, think about it. If you corner an animal.
A wild one.
A wild animal.
Who's injured.
Thank you. And I'm not Pete Hegseth, but
But Pete Hegseth would know how to deal with that, being that he's been to war several times and has several medals to
put it on your bingo card for 2026.
But does this make more sense now? Why we're kind of in that area? Do you guys understand how this like works on the macro scale?
I believe there's evidence in Venezuela that's linked to the 2020 election, and we are partially
100%.
there to say we see you.
We are living in an episode of Shondaland. This is scandal times 100, because you couldn't make this up if you wanted to.
If we're writing it, I got some plot twists.
Oh, so do I, girl.
There should be some. There should be some lead characters.
But you got, for sure. Listen, that book is already halfway done. So let me explain. You guys are going to need to keep it locked here and join us tomorrow, because we're going to talk further into this, because I'm going to show you how this connects with what Elon Musk was talking about in his interview.
Or maybe
Friday. Probably Friday, because we have something else that we're doing tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
Department of Health.
She brought up And you know what?
That's gonna be fun.
We'll talk about that for a second before we leave. Okay. But Tina Peters, as we talked about in Colorado, they are pleading to Donald Trump to please intervene, maybe even move her, I think, to someplace that's a little more safe. Because she's going to be somebody that's very
She's been attacked like 3 times while she's been in prison.
Take a look at this. This is written to Donald Trump from her attorneys. It says she was attacked by other prisoners 3 times in different locations where guards had to pull inmates off of her. She's what, 70?
And her health, 70-something. She's in her 70s. Her health isn't all that great.
But this is why people that are just punching a clock at a 9-to-5 job with the secretary or with the supervisor of elections largely go like this when they see something, because who wants to be the one to say something in a state, in a blue state, where they're going to put you on trial and largely you're not going to be able to defend yourself because, let's face it, the state's got enormous resources, plus the Democrat Party. And so you fear that you're going to end up going to jail. In a blue state like Colorado, how are you even going to get a fair trial? They didn't even move the trial. I mean, it's a sham. And we need President Trump to intervene on top of everything else you're doing, sir. I know you said you don't sleep. So
I don't think he does. I think he gets military sleep, 4 hours.
Well, we're going to keep it right here with the elections. And you know what? We're going to let the commander-in-chief have his own say with the 2020 elections. Guys, it's not going anywhere. You thought it was. They tried to tell us that we were election deniers. They tried to tell us that we were a lot of things. It's not going anywhere. And 6 years later, it's coming out. Take a listen.
I think
think of it. If our election wasn't rigged, it was a rigged election. Now everyone knows it. It's going to come out over the next couple of months too, loud and clear, because we have all the information there. But if the election wasn't rigged and stolen, you wouldn't even be talking about Ukraine.
I mean,
did you hear a couple months?
I'm already buckled in for 26. I'm like, Lord, I've been praying the armor of God for months now, because I'm like, we are about to bulldoze our way into 26, and I do not know. I'm holding on to all the things, and I don't know.
Here's what's going to happen. Largely, your 3-letter news agencies, your legacy media, is going to go, huh? What? And then your family and friends that only listen to legacy media are going to go, huh?
They're not going to believe it.
And then you're all going to feel what we felt in 2020, 2021, kind of 2019, actually a little bit in 2017. And you have to be prepared. Just know that this is coming. Know that information is coming out. Know that they have, did I say they? They have the receipts, because we don't know anything. They have the receipts, and all roads lead to Obama. And Venezuela is a big factor, and Tampa even plays a big part. And we're just saying that you have to keep it locked here to Open Mic Ladies and other platforms. But we will definitely give you the heads up. It's happening. It's coming out. You weren't wrong you weren't an election denier.
No.
You were a common sense person who had questions to ask.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the NIH. And no, I'm not talking about that Frankenstein Fauci. We were so excited, right? We got Jay Bhattacharya as the head of the NIH until he announces Dr. Rick Wojcik as his senior advisor for the Make America Healthy Again. This is him here. Let's fast forward, because who other than Laura Loomer does the homework and says...
She does the best research. She really does.
She says...
She is a great reporter.
Exclusive. Take a look at this. Vetting crisis continues at NIH under this Trump administration. President Donald Trump's NIH director, Bhattacharya, just appointed a woke Biden holdover, Dr. Rick Wojcik, as his senior MAHA director. What? Take a look at these receipts, guys. I think we've got them here. She's saying, why is Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., and President's team allowing woke Trump haters from the Biden administration to keep their jobs and run federal agencies? Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Here, she's got the first one up. Advisory Council launches working group on anti-racism.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So he's a DEIer. Didn't earn it.
And a couple of other things here, too.
He was a part of the 2025 to 2029 strategic plan. Wow. So he was more of a yes person under Fauci. It aims to promote, again, diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is not hiring people based on merit. This is more of the stupid Biden stuff. Workforce diversity. This is crazy, Allie. How do you...
Inclusion, accessibility.
I
oh
mean,
my gosh.
in this day and age, when you've got
This makes sense.
Why there's a stalemate.
Yes, why you see Maha influencers, and I don't even want to say influencers, but Maha moms coming onto the social media platforms and urging people to speak loudly about what Kennedy ran on, because everything that he has run on, there are a lot of things that are being stalemated because of the specific people that they have in these other unelected positions. Guys, Elon Musk talks about this in his latest interview with, I believe her name is Kelly.
Yes.
And it really is quite amazing. It just he points to a lot of corruption. And the question is, is the corruption the system?
Listen, guys, if you are
Standard operating system.
If you're in Florida and you care about the stance that Florida's making with trying to reverse any mandates for parents who have school-age children, we need your help. Allie and I will be attending, but we need you to go to the Department of Health meeting. It's Friday from 9 in the morning till 12 noon at Panama City Beach Hyatt. There's more information. We'll have it out on Open Mic, ladies, that you can go, you can speak. That we're seeing it happen in our own red state of Florida. We put out this strong stance with Governor DeSantis and
followed by Surgeon General
Joseph Ladapo, and
10 toes down.
And then our red legislators, to some extent, are like, wait a minute, I don't know if I can do this.
They are being heavily lobbied by the pharmaceutical cartel to essentially say that the base doesn't want no mandates. They just don't want COVID vaccine mandates.
This is the base. This is the base.
Yet, if you are watching the ACIP committee meetings, you are seeing and witnessing that there have been 0 placebo studies done on any and all vaccines. And so therefore, the president is calling for them to, one, do an investigation, but in a lot of these meetings, they're talking about complete and utter removal of all of them until there are double-blind placebo tested.
Absolutely. And so this touches on the deep state that we know is in the pharma community as well. What solution do we put forward for some of this policing of this deep state, this unelected bureaucratic system that only seeks to make itself thrive? Instead of the Batman signal, I think we need like a General Flynn signal. Take a look. Maybe.
I don't think she heard you.
I know Trump wanted you back. I know you could do a lot on the outside, but you said, no, I'm out of this. And even when I tried to get you to run for president when Trump wasn't sure he was, you said, no, I think we're going to draft Trump. But I saw you say, I want you to elaborate, that you're ready to be brought back in. And I'm telling you, there's nobody as good as you, General. And I know you're like George Washington. You want to be at the farm. I know you're out in the country fighting the tyranny. But, is it time for us to really pressure Trump? And where would he bring you in?
Crack the glass.
Well, in terms of going back into the government, number one, President Trump understands that I have remained loyal to him, but not loyal to a fault. He knows if I disagree with him, I'll let him know that, and I have. He's been very supportive, and he's working his tail off. I mean, the man is now he's going to go around, the country and basically rally until 2026 to make sure that we stay in the House. So he's got to do that. I mean, I am in different roles right now that I play, so to speak, on behalf of trying to continue to protect this country from being destroyed. And I want people to understand that this is not about, the left and the right, the Democrat and Republican, conservatives and liberals. This is about a completely different ideological underpinning that the left wants in this country. And what is most concerning to me, and they call it the Red-Green Alliance, I call it the axis of resistance, is this coming together of communists and Islamists in this country, as that are not just showing up in mosques or showing up.
They sign up with the Democrats for every form of fraud.
Everything, and inside of our.
So how amazing would that be to see a Hegseth as Secretary of War, and then you got General Flynn as an advisor? Oh, that gives me patriotic tingles.
I think, and that is, listen.
Like, I love that.
We'll get
love
that
it.
little Batman logo with, like, I don't know.
We need something. Avengers assemble. and
Avengers
it'll be all of
assemble.
them.
Absolutely, guys. Keep
March coming. Maybe.
Keep it locked here for to Open Mic, guys, for all the latest. Make sure you follow us on all social media. That way we can update you from the Department of Health's meeting here in Florida. Guys, make sure you get out and get plugged into your local candidates that are ready to run for 2026, including thinking if that may be you. If you need help, make sure you reach out to contact@openmicladies.com. We'd love to hear from you, but that's going to be it for us.